Hello friends, today's lecture is about the Revolt of 1857, also known as the First War of Indian Independence by some historians. We will explore its leaders, centers, suppression, literary accounts, historical interpretations, and the long-term impacts it had on India's political landscape. Let us begin with the leaders and the key centers of the revolt. Centers and leaders of the revolt. The revolt broke out in several parts of North and Central India, with leadership coming from diverse backgrounds, military, feudal and religious. In Barrackpore, it was Mangal Pandey who sparked the fire with his defiance. Begum Hazrat Mahal led the revolt in Lucknow with strong popular support. In Kanpur, Nana Sahib and his associate Tantia Topi played major roles. Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor, was declared the symbolic leader in Delhi, assisted by General Bakht Khan. In Bihar, Kunwar Singh, an aging Semidar, inspired peasants and soldiers. Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi became a legendary figure of her bravery. Maulavi Ahmadullah led the revolt in Faizabad with religious fervor. Khan Bahadur Khan in Berli and Hasimullah Khan in Faithpur also organized resistance. This widespread participation across regions shows the broad-based nature of the revolt. Suppression of the revolt. Despite the initial success of the rebels, the revolt was eventually suppressed by British military reinforcement. Delhi was recaptured on 20th September 1857 by John Nicholson and Lieutenant Hudson. Kanpur fell again to British on 6th December 1857 under Cooling Campbell. Campbell also recaptured Lucknow on 21st March 1858. Jhansi was taken back by Hugh Ross, despite fierce resistance by Rani Lakshmi Bai. In Ara, William Taylor and Array put down rebellion. Colonel James Neil suppressed uprisings in Benares. These victories allowed the British to reassert control, though the revolt had shaken their confidence. Books on the revolt of 1857. Several authors and historians have studied the revolt extensively. Let us look at some key works. Sayyid Ahmad Khan wrote Causes of the Indian Revolt, offering a contemporary critique. R.C. Manjundar's The Sipahi Mutiny and the Rebellion of 1857 took a critical historical approach. Ashok Mehta in The Great Rebellion offers a modern analysis. British accounts include G.B. Maleson's Indian Mutiny. Nationalist interpretation is given by V.D. Savarkar in the Indian War of Independence. S. N. Sen's 1857 and S.B. Chowdhury's Civil Rebellions in the Indian Mutinies are also valuable. These books reflect various perspectives: colonial, nationalist, and academic. Historians and their views. The revolt of 1857 has been interpreted differently by various historians. V.D. Savarkar called it the First War of Independence, emphasizing its nationalist character. In contrast, R.G. Majumdar argued it was neither the first nor a national war. Sir James Outram claimed it was a Hindu-Muslim conspiracy. Sir John Lawrence and Earl Stanley viewed it simply as a Sipahi mutiny. Benjamin Disraeli, a British statesman, called it a national rising. T.R. Holmes described it as a war between barbarian and civilization, reflecting colonial arrogance. As you can see, the same event has been labeled as a mutiny, rebellion, or war of independence, depending on the perspectives. Result of the revolt. Although the revolt was suppressed, its consequences were profound. The East India Company was abolished, ending its rule over India. Control of Indian administration was transferred to the British Crown. A Secretary of State for India was appointed to manage Indian affairs from London, the first being Lord Stanley. The Governor General now also held the title of Viceroy, symbolizing that he represented the British monarch. Lord Canning became the first Viceroy of India. This marked the beginning of direct colonial rule lasting until 1947. Legacy of the revolt. The revolt had a lasting legacy. It forced the British to rethink their policies towards Indians, especially regarding religion, culture, and the army. It brought an end to aggressive expansion policies like the doctrine of lapse. It sowed the early seeds of Indian nationalism. Despite its failure, the revolt became a source of inspiration for future freedom fighters, proving that resistance was possible. It united Indians across caste, religion, and region in a shared cause for the first time in colonial history. Okay, thank you.